Okay, Mr. Mittal would urge you to stay with us. Ravi Uppal, Managing Director of JSPL, also joins us from New Delhi. Ravi, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Ravi, JSPL has made an on-market offer to buy Gujarat NRE Coke's Australian coal mine. The company had earlier bought 19.5% stake in Gujarat NRE Australia. Your comments on the same?
Well, Joe, this company is Gujarat NRE. They basically have mines in Australia. They're producing the hard coking coal, which is one of the inputs for us. We already hold about 19.5% of this company. And this hard coking coal is one of the very critical inputs for us. And we consume something like more than 1 million tons of this hard coking coal every year. And this is going to increase. As we add more capacity, this is going to increase. Therefore, it's quite natural that we would like to sort of increase our stake in a company that is in the business of mining and selling the hard coking coal. This also helps us to secure the supply of this critical input. So that's one of the motivation why we looked in terms of making an offer for this company.
Mr. Uppal, other than mineral assets, JSPL is also looking to invest in infrastructure. Reports are suggesting that the company is eyeing a 49% stake in Gopalpur port in Orissa. Is that true?
Well, we are looking very selectively at the infrastructure projects, and those projects are such that they add value to rest of our business activities. And Gopalpur Port Trust is one of them, where, as a matter of fact, we already are in the process of executing the project at Gopalpur, which can be of great strategic value to us because our plants are very close to the port. We export a lot of material, we import a lot of material. Therefore, it makes good business sense that we should get involved in the port business, acquiring a port or building up a port.
Ravi, so what is the strategy on acquisition of iron ore and energy assets in India and then overseas as well? Recently, JSPL bought some mines in Mozambique as well.
Let me put this very qualitatively first. You know, the kind of business that we do, whether we do power or we do the steel, in both of them, the input materials play a very vital role. And, internationally, the supply of these materials have gone through cyclical changes. There have been ups and downs, and that does affect our own sort of business plans. So what we basically try to do is to make sure that we have steady supply of the critical inputs. In India, of course, we used to, depend on our own internal resources here and our own mines, but we find that that is not adequate. I mean, you know it very well that in the recent years, the mine, anyone depending on the local mines have gone through a huge amount of difficulty. So that, starts the search process for us to look for mines outside India from where we could get, whether it's iron ore, it's a coal, it's a coking coal, these critical inputs. Therefore, we keep looking for them, and anywhere the proposal makes a good business sense to us, we move with it.
Right. Your company also has a vision of about 20 million ton capacity by 2020. Are you on track for this ambitious capex plan?
Absolutely. We have been doing it right now about 3.5 million tons until this year. I'm happy to tell you that next year our capacity will be doubled. We would be reaching in excess of 7 million tons. And by 2015, we should be hitting about 11.5 million tons. And so it continues. So we should be in the range of about 20 million tons by 2020-21. So we are going on that. Everything is in place. The timelines are being met.
Ravi, will India be able to absorb the supply that steel industry will offer in next 2 or 3 years? Because one is getting a sense that private sector capex is yet to pick up. So the demand environment is looking rather subdued.
I think that's the challenge that one is facing, that making a decision to go ahead with the investments and adding capacity, especially when the present sentiment is not very supportive. But we are of a very consistent view that India's demand is set to rise. Look at India's total consumption is about 90 million tons. Total capacity right now is about 90 million tons, and the production of finished steel is about 78. We have talked to all the experts in the industry and also the user industries, and we are of the view that this demand is certainly set to rise at a rate of 8 to 9% in the years to come. I do concede that in the recent years the demand hasn't grown as much as one had anticipated, but we believe that by 2020 the total demand in the country will be in excess of 130 million tons. So that makes a good case that we should, set up more capacity and also bring in more value-added products in the domestic market. So it's driven by that thought that we are continuing with our expansion and also adding new products to our existing lines.
Right. What about the guidance on volume growth in FY14 as 2 million ton additional capacity is going to go on stream this quarter?
Let me make a correction. I didn't say that we're adding 2 million ton capacity now. I said in the next year, starting 1st of April until 31st of March, that is 2013-14, we would be realizing additional 3.5 million ton capacity, which means that by the time we finish the next financial year, our total capacity would be in excess of 7 million tons. So, that's just to put the things in, facts in perspective.
All right, Ravi, good luck and thank you for joining us. A quick market check, 4 points up for Nifty futures. Nifty futures are trading at a premium.